People always talk about places that shouldn't exist, roads that appear out of nowhere, forests you can never find again, places you enter but never leave the same. I used to think those stories were fake, urban legends, internet nonsense, until something happened to me and my friends 3 years ago. Something I still can't explain. It was the end of summer. My friends Luca, Marin, and I were driving home after a birthday party in another town. It was almost 2 a.m. Light rain was falling. The radio kept cutting out because there was barely any signal. The atmosphere felt strange from the beginning. You know that feeling? When nothing is wrong, but your body keeps warning you anyway. Nobody talked much. Luca was driving. Marin was asleep in the back seat. I was staring out the window. Then suddenly, the GPS spoke. Recalculating route. Nobody cared. That happens. But then again, recalculating route. And again, the screen started flickering, then shut off completely. Black. Luca laughed nervously. Great. Now we're lost. We checked our phones. No signal. Nothing. Not even one bar. So we kept driving. About 15 minutes later, the road changed. The asphalt looked new. Too new. Perfect. No cracks, no markings, no other cars. Just a long road, surrounded by endless forest. Marin woke up. He looked around and asked, "Where are we?" Nobody answered, because nobody knew. Then we saw the first sign, a small metal sign on the side of the road. I thought it would show the name of a town. Instead, it said, "Do not honk." That was all. No explanation, no warning, nothing. Marin laughed. Someone has a weird sense of humor. We kept driving. Several minutes later, we passed a house. One single house, in the middle of nowhere. There was a light on upstairs. The curtain moved, like someone was watching us. Then, we heard a car horn behind us. Loud, sudden. All three of us turned. There was no car, nothing, empty road, but we all heard it. Luca stopped smiling. His hands tightened around the steering wheel. Before anyone spoke, the light inside the house turned off instantly, like someone flipped a switch. Nobody talked after that. About 10 minutes later, another sign appeared. This one said, "If you see someone on the side of the road, do not slow down." Marin stopped joking. He took out his phone and started recording. The camera showed only black, no image. Then, I saw her, a little girl, standing beside the forest, barefoot, wearing a white dress, head lowered, completely still. Luca instinctively touched the brakes. The car slowed. I don't know why, but I screamed, "Don't stop! Drive!" Something felt wrong, deep inside me. Luca pressed the gas again. As we passed her, the girl lifted her head and smiled. Too wide, not human, like her mouth stretched farther than it should. Marin whispered from the back seat, "She doesn't have eyes." The third sign appeared almost immediately. "Do not open the windows, no matter what you hear." The moment we read it, we heard scratching, slow scratching, against the car door, like fingernails. Then the sound moved, across the window, across the roof. Something was crawling above us. Nobody breathed. Luca sped up. 90, 100. 110 kilometers per hour. The scratching stayed with us, then stopped. Silence. And then, a voice, very soft, near my window. A woman whispering, "Help me!" I froze, again. "Please!" I didn't look. I didn't move. Then the voice changed, lower, angrier, no longer human, and suddenly, gone. I don't know how long we drove. Time stopped making sense. The clock inside the car stayed frozen at 2:13 a.m. always. 2:13, 2:13, 2:13. It never changed. Then we saw the final sign, large, rusted, lit only by our headlights. It said, "If there are 3 of you, soon there will be 4. Marin started panicking. He yelled at Luca to turn around. But when we looked behind us, the road was gone. Only forest, nothing else. The car suddenly died. Engine off, headlights flickering. Once, twice, 3 times. Then darkness. Complete darkness. I could hear breathing. Mine, Luca's, Marin's, and one more. Slow, heavy breathing. From the back seat, not Marin. Behind him, Marin started screaming. The headlights flashed for 1 second. Just enough for me to see it. Something was sitting between the seats. Thin face, long smile, completely black eyes, and it was staring directly at me. The next thing I remember was morning. The car was parked near an old gas station, 30 kilometers from the city. The engine was off, sunlight everywhere, like nothing happened. Nobody spoke. Not me, not Luca, not Marin. We convinced ourselves it was exhaustion, until Marin checked his phone. The video he tried recording actually existed, 14 seconds long. The footage showed the inside of the car, darkness, us breathing, and a voice, not belonging to any of us. It whispered, "You will come back." That happened 3 years ago. Since then, Luca refuses to drive at night. Maureen moved away. And me? Sometimes, I wake up exactly at 2:13 a.m. and outside my house, I hear slow footsteps, like someone finally arrived and is waiting.